Right, hey YouTube, what's going on? So we're here for episode 3 of the Building My Dream Jumps. So we're out here in the paddock, first day out here since the digger was here. Just want to show you like how crazy dry it is already. Like, check that out, it's dusty, dry, but pretty stoked on how the weather is. Stoked the sun's out. Makes for perfect and pleasant digging conditions, even better riding conditions. So the plan for today's video is we're gonna try and get this long and low lip done and the landing for long and low done, so we can move that ramp in place and start testing that ramp in a future video really soon. So what we're gonna do to start is I'm gonna make a start on the slip. So right now, obviously it's a bit messy in front of it from the machine and the lip's a bit rough. What we're gonna do, we're gonna start raking the landing, start smoothing it out, then we'll water it, clay it kind of thing until we get it smooth in the rough shape I want it. So we're gonna jump into a time lapse now. Alright everyone, so what I've done so far is I've just gone through and tried to pick out as many of the grass clumps as I can just off the main surface and filled in some of the holes just roughly. This is just to make sure that I've got nice like clear dirt to work with, so there's no like weeds going through it later on. So it looks pretty good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a go at rolling it with my car again like I did for landing the other day, just to get it a bit smoother, a bit more packed in, and have an idea of what I'm working with. And I'll fill in the holes again, and then I'll start getting some clay from the big clay pit to clay this up. So we'll jump into the car now. Sweet, so just like that, that's about like half an hour of packing done with the car in like, I don't know, 2 minutes. And I think it'll help out. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure if it's the best idea to do with the lips, but I decided I'll give it a go with this one. What I think my plan to do now will be to sort of scrape some of this dirt here, there's more of it, fill in those holes, kind of rake it, get it smooth again, and then I might pack it by hand a little bit now that's hard packed for the car. So I'm gonna jump back to the time lapse now, fixing this up. Awesome everyone, we're starting to have something that sort of resembles a takeoff now. So I'll give you the quick side view. So we're actually getting quite a nice sort of smoothish transition now. Got the start of a deck up there, so it's looking pretty good. We won't clean up these side bits in this video, but that will eventually happen. The key right now that I want to get sorted is making everything rideable and riding well, and then we'll clean everything up. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to grab some water all this, then this sort of dusty loose dirt I throw off. I'm going to throw it back on packing with dirt, and then we'll go for some clay. I just want to quickly show you the real cool watering can spot we have here, and it's like unlimited water at the jumps. So already just over here we've got this trough, right? So here's the watering can, and like you fill it up as normal, which isn't really that impressive, but the cool thing about it is there's this little switch right here. So this trough's already really full, but what you can do is press this down and it fills up with more water, and that water is essentially infinite, which is pretty cool. So I've got like a really good water supply here, massive pile of dirt, huge jumps, everything you could ever need. So I'm gonna jump into watering it and then get the time lapse of slapping up for the first time to see how it's gonna look. Mean. So we're actually starting to get the shape of a jump now. It's starting to really look like it lit. Man, the sheep are loud. So gone over it, dusted it, watered it, dusted it, slapped it in, and it's looking real good. And funnily enough, I actually watered it, dusted and slapped it in twice. You guys want to see me do it once, but I forgot to press the time lapse again for the second time. So it's been given 2 slap jobs now, and I've just soaked it, so it's looking pretty dang good now. But what I need to do now, I'm getting pretty hungry and thirsty, so I'm going to go inside for dinner, and I'm going to let this bake in the sun a little bit. That's why it's soaked. Then when we get back, we'll wet it again, Then we'll grab some clay from up there, start claying it up, and butter it up real nice for it to be finished. Really stoked to get this first lip done. So guys, I'm back from dinner, which I might add was really, really good. Had a wee rest, feeling better about working on this jump. Sun's gone down a little bit more, so it's nice and cool. This has had some time to bake in the sun and set a bit more, so it's a little bit harder and more hard packed. Like, it's still soft if you look at that, but it's starting to stick together, which is what I want. So what I'm gonna do is head over here, start grabbing some clay, throw some clay on there, do one sprinkle now, slap it in, see what it's like, and then decide whether I need to water it or not, and do some more clay. Let's keep claying it up till it's nice and buttery. So we'll jump back into the time lapse now doing that. Guys, we're finally starting to get somewhere with this lip. Starting to look how it's going to look when it's finished. I've still got a long ways to go, but like, you know, that curve looking from here is pretty good. It's getting harder and harder. Got to tidy up this bottom bit still, and got to tidy up the top. And I don't think that'll happen tonight, but the plan for tonight is got another like sort of 45 minutes before it's dark. That's going to keep rinsing and repeating, so water on it, clay on it. It's getting as smooth as I can, so to get it down to like maybe in line with the watering can, get it nice and smooth. Get that edge a little bit nicer on the top. We're starting to get an edge there. It's not quite where I want it. All right guys, I just want to show you the clay pit real quick. So this stuff is awesome. Like on the top, it's just this real powdery fine stuff, which is perfect for slapping in. But then if we grab some of the stuff that's wet in the middle, you squish this and already it holds its shape like real well. So this stuff is ideal. So it's right here, and then takeoff's just over there, the other jump's over there, the berm's over there. Like perfect location for getting hero clay for shaping jumps. This clay is honestly the best you can get for it. It's really, really good. All right, everyone, I think I'm gonna call it there for tonight. This won't be it for the video, but for tonight, I'm pretty happy with the effort on this thing. So I just spent that last little session there, just getting it nice and buttery. It's not quite perfect. We're starting to get the edge there. Nice and smooth transition. Here, I'll give you a quick look from the side as well. Oh, look at that. So it's actually starting to look like a real nice kicker now. So tomorrow, I'm coming out again after work. Hopefully Janice will be kind with me as well. And I'll tidy this up a little bit more. And we'll start making some work on the landing side, and then hopefully get it done for this episode. Should be pretty cool. So I think at the moment I'm planning for this episode to be this slip and the landing, but there is a chance, I actually don't know how long I've been filming for. I might just make this episode the takeoff, I think the next episode the landing, but time will tell. So we'll see you tomorrow to finish up buttering this up even better. All right guys, it's the next day, so it's been 24 hours and we're back in the paddock with the jumps. And so already after 24 hours, this is starting to set a lot more. Like, it's still too soft to ride, but it's way harder. Got a few cracks in it. So what I'm gonna do is give it a light dusting, butter it up again, and then the plan for tonight is to do all of this here from like here back to like that pile of grass, just to smooth it out till about, I don't know, here-ish, to get it closer to being able to ride so I can actually test it out soon. So that's gonna be the plan. We'll jump into the time lapse now. Sweet, everyone. So already this run into the jump is looking way better. Chipped away all the weeds with the grubber on each side, scraped a bunch away, raked all this, put some more tops on top of it. And already this has taken like an hour already, so it's pretty crazy how long making jumps takes. What I'm gonna do now is gonna go to the clay pit, get some clay, and then clay this bit up from here all the way to the lip to make it nice and smooth like that. It won't be quite as smooth as the lip, but pretty close. And then this thing should be ready to hit once it hardens up and dries out in a couple days. Mean. So that running is all clayed up now, just needs smoothed out. And I really hope you guys enjoyed my shuffling and dance skills. Be sure to leave a like for that. That's a bit of fun, foot packing the jumps. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go grab the truck and I'm gonna roll this up and down with the truck, and then we'll give it a quick pat with the shovel, and then it should be pretty good to go, I think. So we'll jump back in the time lapse now with the truck. Sweet guys, so I thought I'd take the chance to go over the buttering process. So actually, when you have a lip like pretty close to done like this, all you got to do is you water it first. Just make sure you give it a good watering like on all the edges. You don't want to drench it, you want to get it nice and wet enough that like everything sticks to it, and you can sort of see that shine on there. We're not able to see the shine, we want the lip to be nice and shiny. And then what you're going to do once you got it nice and wet, make sure you save a little bit of water in case you need some extra. Let's get that bottom bit as well. And then what you're gonna wanna do, so I'll just turn the camera here over the wheelbarrow, is you're gonna want some of this really fine dirt like this. So this stuff here is really fine and powdery, and like you compact it and it holds a shape. And what you're gonna do with that is you just throw it up the lip like this. So I'll show you quick with the shovel. Is you're just gonna throw and sort of dust it up the lip. And now what you can do, so I actually don't know if you guys could see that. Oh yeah, you could. And so what you can do as well, once you've dusted up the lip, is you can use a broom to sweep it up and down the lip. But normally I just sort of throw it up like this. And a broom does help a bit, but I just don't have one at the moment. You just want to make sure you cover the whole lip side to side with this dust. And the reason for using this sort of dusty clay stuff is it packs in real smoothly with the wet lip. It just comes up super nice, and all those small bits of clay get into the cracks in the lip. We're almost there. A little bit more there. A little bit more there. Maybe 2 more bits of it. And that's a little bit up the top as well. So don't forget to do the tops as well, because the edge of your jump's equally important. Then what I like to do is just sort of, because I don't have a broom, I just go like this and sort of rub it across a bit, just to spread it out. Get rid of those chunks that are really big. It's like chunks like this are just too big. So I'll chuck those away, sort of smooth it out on the lip a bit. Then it's just a matter of getting into slapping it, just like this. So we'll jump back in the time lapse now. Sweet guys, so I've given this a rough slap now. and sort of see the slap marks there. And to be honest, this is almost too dry, so it might not work perfectly. But what I'm going to do now, what I normally do next is get the watering can, re-wet it again, and then just sort of slowly slap it back and forth with the spade to get that nice sort of peanut butter effect. And that's how you get it to come out real nice and smooth. So jump back in the time lapse. Hopefully it works out. It is a little bit dry, but I think I've got something I can work with there. Hopefully you're enjoying the tips as well. Let me know below if you found this helpful. So I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but this was slightly too wet because there's a few marks in it. But overall, pretty happy with how butter it's came out. Really stoked on how this one's looking. We'll have one last look at it tonight. So the lane's looking real good. It's gonna be real smooth. You gotta test it out really, really soon. You're gonna have to slap in this bit again tomorrow. But I mean, for now, I am absolutely stuffed. Like, it's almost dark. I've worked all day the last 2 days and come out and dug until dark both days pretty much. So it's now almost 9:30. I'm gonna call it a night. But so what's gonna happen tomorrow, so for you guys will be a couple seconds away, is we'll just give this one last sort of slap up through here. Maybe not down there, but in here, tidy it up. Sort of shave off those corners a bit. Tidy up the side here. And tidy up the back to have it nice and square. Then this lip will be good and ready to go for all summer. And that will probably be the end of the episode. And I think the second episode will be putting this landing together, then putting the ramp in place. So I think we're gonna split into 2 episodes because I just don't think I'm gonna get it done in time to do an episode every Wednesday, and this video is already getting long. So what we'll do is we'll check back in tomorrow to tidy this up. We'll see you then. Sweet team, evening number 3 after work of working on this takeoff, and gonna be the last one. So real stoked on how this lane's turned out. It's had a bit of rain overnight and sort of just made all that dirt mold together real nice. Lips holding up pretty good. So the plan for this evening, I'm gonna do is move these, what they call grass clumps, scrape off the sides of the land and get this sort of, get like a nice edge here, so near the clay, maybe tidy up the back a little bit, and then it'll be done and we'll be ready for the before and after. So what we're gonna do is jump straight into the time lapse, starting to scrape it up now. So already this thing's starting to look like a way better jump. It's got a nice edge to it here. All that topsoil and stuff moved out, and even the back's a nice edge. So I could dig right to the bottom, but I'm not going to bother at the moment because I think eventually we get a poly track or smaller digger and we'll scoop that stuff away. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wet these sides and then sprinkle some topsoil on it, slap it up with the topsoil. Then we'll get some clay and slap it up with clay. Then we'll wet this lane here and we'll do a final slap up, and it should be looking pretty dang good. Sweet everyone, she is finally finished and man, it is looking good. Unfortunately can't quite get this bit super buttery because it's gotten a bit too wet, but got the line done, got the lip done. Let's have a look from up here. Just gonna really admire this jump for a couple minutes. I mean, man, look at that. Awesome curve, super buttery. Top of it smoothed out as well. We got the top, have a look. Man, I am well stoked with this. Here's the back's pretty good as well, nice and square. Look from the side. Man, real stoked on those edges. And look from this edge here. Boom. So stoked on that. What I'm gonna do really quickly now is go into the before and afters of it. Sweet guys, so I really hope you're as stoked on this jump as I am, and those before and afters really shows the work that goes in. And I think this video is a real good indication of how long it actually takes to make these jumps, because even with the digger, you know, the digger would take 20 minutes doing that. I've probably spent, I want to say 5 hours, maybe 5.5 buttering this thing up, and that's just a heap of time. So I'd really appreciate if you guys give this video a like, because heaps of effort goes in this video, and subscribe if you're new watching this. This is gonna be the end of this episode, so if this episode's gonna do this, the next episode is gonna be going over this landing, and I was hoping to do both in one episode, but I think that would just be too long of an episode and I just wouldn't get it out in time. So this Wednesday's video is all about this slip here. The next one's gonna be about this long landing here. Hopefully we'll get it close to as buttery. It might not be quite as much because this thing's massive. That is the plan. And then once this long and low is done, we'll scrape out, get that ramp in place, start riding that jump, which should be really good. Super excited to test it. But in any case, that is going to be the end of this video, so please give the video a like. So as I say, heaps of effort goes in these videos. Leave some comments about what your favorite part of the video was, what your favorite time lapse was, and what jump you're looking forward to me doing next. And please subscribe if you're new and share it around with your friends. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers for watching.